Okay, we are slowly coming to the end of the course, and in this lesson we are going to talk about while loops. So what is a while loop? A while loop is a piece of code that gets continuously repeated inside of your code until a condition is hit. So for what can we use while loops? While loops can be used for a lot of things. For example, if we want to ask the user for a username until the username is valid. But in case that we want to ask the user for a password, this would be not the greatest option because it would give the user unlimited possibilities to try different passwords, which would not be great. So in case that we want to ask the user 3 or 4 times for a password, we use another thing. But about these we are going to talk about in the next lesson. For now, just keep in mind that while loops are a piece of code that get continuously repeated until a condition is hit. To create a while loop is very simple. Just type in while and now the condition. If we want to create an infinite loop, we can hit while true and for example print 1. If we now execute this code is going to execute for undefined time until the computer crashes, basically, because we are setting that the condition is true. It's always true. It's not going to change. Let's execute this. As you can see, it's infinitely printing out the number 1. And I'm going to stop this by hitting Ctrl C, because if I do not, my computer will crash. So just hit Ctrl C, it will stop automatically the code. And this is how a while loop works. So let's say that we want to loop until we get a valid input. For example, let's create username is equal to admin. While true, user is equal to input, enter username. If the username that the user inputs is equal to the username that we have defined, so if user is equal to user name, then we want to break. That means that the while loop is going to stop. Else we want to continue. So if this input is equal to admin, this loop is going to break. If the value that the user's input is everything else, then this loop is going to continue and continue until this condition is hit, until the username is equal to admin. And now if we go out of the loop here, we can say print hello admin, because we know that the username is admin. But we could do this with admin, just like that, and put the F string, just like there. Oops, username. So let's try this out. Enter username, Pepe. Enter username, 1. Enter username, Carlos. Enter username, 1C. Enter username, admin with a capital A. It's also wrong. Admin with all in lowercase. There you go. Hello admin. And the code gets stopped. It's that simple to handle while loops. They are pretty easy to understand and also a fundamental thing in Python scripts.